Be ready. Start. If in a suit which, as framed, is within jurisdiction of a civil court, a defendant raises a plea with respect to a matter which can be taken cognizance of only by a revenue court, the procedure laid down in the proviso to subsection 3 of section 77 of the Punjab Tenancy Act must be followed, and the plaint returned for presentation to the collector. A civil suit will not lie for the correction of an entry in a record of rights or annual record under section 158. Any person, however, considering himself aggrieved as to any right of which he is in possession by such an entry, may institute a suit for declaration of his right under Chapter 6 of the Specific Relief Act 1877. A civil court can only entertain a suit relating to a dispute as to title in revenue assessed land arising in partition proceedings when a revenue officer declines to determine the question himself as though he were a civil court and refuses to proceed to partition until the question is determined by a competent court. The plaint should, therefore, refer to the order of the revenue officer made under section 117, subsection 1 of the Punjab Land Revenue Act 1887, and the civil court should satisfy itself that an order giving it jurisdiction has been so made. A copy of such order should accompany to the plaint. Section 98 of the Punjab Tenancy Act 1887 contains a provision empowering a revenue court to refer any party to a civil suit for settlement of any question which the revenue court considers proper for decision by a civil court. Such reference must be by an order in writing, and such order must have the previous sanction of the controlling revenue court if any. Provision has been made for the disposal by reference to the High Court of cases in which doubts may arise as to whether the civil or revenue courts have jurisdiction, and for the registration in the proper court of decrees passed under a misapprehension as to jurisdiction by either a revenue or a civil court. These provisions will be found in sections 99 and 100 of the Punjab Tenancy Act. Suits relating to succession to occupancy holdings under section 59 of the Punjab Tenancy Act lie in the civil courts. Had shikni cases are triable by civil courts. Section 158, subsection 2, 1 of Punjab Land Revenue Act of 1887 does not apply to such cases. That section merely means that a civil court is not competent to question the decision of a revenue officer as to the delimitation for the Punjab Land Revenue Act. Thank you.